How to deal with disappointment and failure. I know. Kim here, chartered psychologist and cognitive behavioural psychotherapist. I'm here to help you with all your issues around anxiety, assertiveness, and any other mental health problems. How to deal with disappointment and failure. Now, this is something that all of us are going to experience throughout our lifespan. At various times it will be more prevalent, but it's something we have to learn to deal with. And depending on our mindset will very much depend on how we approach this. Now, what do I mean by that, you might well ask? Well, our mindset is the setting of the mind. It's kind of how we see the things, which kind of glasses, so to speak, we see the world through, the lens that we're seeing the world through. It colours everything that happens in our environment. So, for example, if you have a negative or very passive mindset, when something happens, you are disappointed, you didn't get a job, you didn't get the promotion, something bad happens to you, you will assume potentially that this is your fault, and that inner critic which kind of sits on your shoulder starts going in your ear. You're useless, you're no good, you'll never amount to anything. Oh, everyone's better than you are, you're never going to get that promotion. And so it starts telling you things and starts really getting into your head. It gets into your mind and it's almost impossible to get rid of it. Now, what happens then is, because you've got these negative thoughts in your head, and thoughts are incredibly powerful, they will trigger a set of hormones, because they trigger an emotion, anxiety, fear. Once that inner critic's going, your threat system goes woof, up it goes, and you feel bad. And then you get these horrible negative feelings in your body, your stomach churning, heart rate increase, you might just feel a bit, it's funny. And you just feel pretty awful. So you're using that awful feeling as evidence that what you're thinking, well, it must be true. I feel so awful, must be true. Your mindset has created this emotion in you and has triggered all of these emotions and physiological responses. Then, of course, that then changes the way you behave. So if you have this negative mindset, you've got these negative emotions, negative physical reactions to it, your behavior is different. You may withdraw, you may go into yourself, you may become angry. So your mindset changes your behavior. It shapes your behavior. So whatever your mindset is, your behavior will kind of follow automatically without you even realizing it. And if you deal with disappointment with this negative mindset and this inner critic, your behavior is going to be very different than if you have a very positive or assertive mindset. So that's what I mean about how do you deal with disappointment and failure. If your mindset's negative, that's how you're going to deal with it. You're going to feel bad and deal with it with these negative emotions. If, on the other hand, you have a positive, assertive mindset, that when something disappoints you, because you can still be, subjected to disappointment and failure, you're going to view it very differently. Because the inner critic, it might say, oh, that's really awful, isn't it? You might feel a bit sad and disappointed and think, oh, if only. But you're not going to be blaming yourself. You look at this as an opportunity. Okay, I can problem solve this. What can I do? What's different? I'll give you a quick example of my own. When I finished my degree in psychology, I took a master's in occupational, but I wanted to be a counselling psychologist. I really wanted to be speaking to people. So I applied to university to do the counselling psychology. I didn't get in. And nobody was more surprised than me. I had really good grades. I'd never not been accepted before. And I thought, oh my God, what on earth? What's happened? What's going on? So I looked into it. Years ago, I would have actually been crushed by that, and I would have just walked away because I had a very, very negative, passive mindset. But I did change, my mindset changed. And so I looked at it and thought, well, what do I need to do? So I spoke to the university, spoke to the admissions tutor who was deciding, and she said, no, your application, we're very impressed, blah, blah, blah. However, you didn't have this one thing and all the other candidates had it. Oh, okay, what is it? She told me. So what did I do? I went out and got it, reapplied. The next year I got in. So you can see it in two very different ways. The mindset, if you have a negative passive mindset, is going to crush you and you're not going to be able to problem solve this. If, on the other hand, you have a positive, assertive, go get 'em kind of mindset, you will look at this as, okay, it's a signpost, it's telling me something, it's giving me indications of what I need to do to change this, what logical steps can I take. And so that's how you can change the way you deal with disappointment and failure, by changing your mindset, because your mindset shapes your behaviour. Change your mindset, you change your behaviour. So there you go. That is what you can do to help you address this problem if you have this negative passive mindset. And think about how you deal with disappointment. Think about the last kind of few disappointments or failures that you've had and what you thought, how it made you feel. What did you do? Did you just want to curl up in a ball and just, oh my goodness me, it's just too awful? Or did you sit with the disappointment for a little while, because that's okay to do that, and then think, okay, well, what can I do now? How can I get over this? What can I do to make a difference? So that is how to deal with disappointment and failure. And in my big course, which you can find in the link below, I do go into this in a lot more detail of how to change this mindset, how to become aware of these negative critical thoughts and how you can change them. Because remember, just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's not, but doesn't mean it is. But we will react as if it is true. So we need to be able to step back and think about how we can do things differently. So if you like that video, please subscribe, share, ring the bell, and check out my other videos in this series. I've got a whole series of videos on assertiveness, on anxiety, and how to become aware of your thoughts. And log on to my website. I have a free How to Be More Assertive starter kit, which will help you to recognize your communication style, which will be influencing your mindset and will help you to become more assertive, which will reduce your overall levels of anxiety. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.